This Sunday night, Animal Planet launches the 7th season of its wildly popular reality series, River Monsters. In the past 6 years, host Jeremy Wade has traveled the globe to fish for everything from deadly stingrays to man-eating piranhas. He recently caught our Michelle Miller on his line.
Did he catch her?
Yeah. We'll tell you about that in a minute. But first, let's talk about their swampland adventure. Michelle, good morning.
And it was quite an adventure. Good morning. Last season's premiere snagged 2 million viewers, making it the cable channel's top-rated series ever. The secret to its success? Murky waters, scary creatures, and one very charming fisherman. He's fished remote waters all over the planet, but River Monsters host Jeremy Wade has never explored the depths of Florida's Everglades region until now. Just days before the premiere of his 7th season on Animal Planet, Wade is taking us on a fishing trip, and as fans of his program know, his excursions are never dull.
The head is almost like something out of your worst nightmares. I'm starting to wonder if I'll be the next victim.
People say to me, it's a fishing show. It's not. It's really a detective story. Each episode is a detective story. It starts with some unlikely sounding tale of somebody being bitten on the leg or pulled under or whatever. And then at that point, you've got people's attention, and it's then an investigation to find out what it is.
I mean, you've nearly died.
A couple of times.
You've caught malaria. You've been in a plane crash.
Minutes into the flight, the engine fails.
Did you ever think at one time, maybe I need to hang this up?
I have thought that, but I think in my case, it's the curiosity that overrides that, and the sense of achievement that you get when something is difficult.
And from the way it's taken off, I can tell it's big.
On television, he's achieved star status, but today's accomplishment in some ways is much bigger. Teaching me how to fish.
So try and hold the rod fairly still so that any movement is not you, but something the other end. I think some people, when they fish, they just sit down the first place that's available, lob the line out in the water and sit and wait. Now, if you've got infinite time, that's fine. But the way we do it, it has to be very focused and very targeted. Oh, pick up bass, Boo. Right.
Wade says a combination of luck and preparation helped put fish on the end of his line, sometimes almost as if on cue.
There we go.
And today is no different.
That's a lovely fish. That is a lovely fish. They live in the Amazon normally, so how weird to catch one here in the Everglades. But you've got all these weird invasive species that are turning up. People release things out of fish tanks or whatever. And in an ideal world, you don't want creatures where they shouldn't be, because there's always unintended consequences.
We have added a large number of new species, probably as many as any region in the United States.
Biologist Joel Trexler tracks the health of the fragile Everglades ecosystem. Anytime any invasive species comes into an area like this,
right,
what impact can it have?
It can displace native species. I think most importantly, it can change the way the food web works. And frankly, we don't really know enough about what those species are doing and their impact.
Are we ready to let this one go, do you think?
Wade takes pride in teaching moments like this throughout his show. But for most fans, it's all about the adrenaline.
One of the things that we're doing new this season is I'm going more underwater. Normally you can't see anything in fresh water, but in certain situations you can. I mean, like here, you can see what's there.
Yeah, I'm looking at what's over there.
Exactly, so I probably wouldn't get in here. But I'd have lots of safety people.
You did get in with some of their cousins.
Holding the tail of a crocodile, a live crocodile underwater.
When I did pick up the tail of that crocodile, my heart was beating a little bit faster than normal.
Fishing with the alligators. Fortunately for me, this is as close as I get to them. So you a little nervous about these gators over here?
He's looking at me. I don't like the way he's looking at me.
But he's perfectly happy with the way everyone else is. Are you comfortable with your notoriety? You do have a fan club.
I do. Well, I mean, the great thing about freshwater fish is most of them are incredibly ugly, or a lot of them are. So, I mean, nobody can fail to look good next to some of these things.
He's not ugly. Well, speaking of that fan club, 40% of his audience is women. That impressed me, not Jeremy Wade. He wants his demo to reflect the real world. 50% is his goal, and 6 out of the last 8 episodes were directed by women. So he's just...
Beyond that, what's the most remarkable thing about him?
I think for a reality TV host, he had something that I quite frankly had never seen before. Humble, patient, very patient, and just a really kind man.
Okay. And you left off the word yummy. She said yummy during the break. You're watching CBS.
She was
Thank
going
you this
like
morning.
this the whole time.
Like, help me, Jesus.